What is going on, guys? Your boy Gunz here, and yes, you guys saw the title right. I'm gonna be answering the question: is TFS cooked? I know we troll about it a lot, but damn, guys, like TFS has gone through the freaking ringer, dude. For those of you guys that don't know about TFS, they held the number one spot in terms of power for like a year, and then migration got introduced, and then a whole split happened that ultimately ended up in Echo being where they're at now. And then TFS went from 5 billion when I joined them with my alt account. Ultimately, we went from 5 billion to 12 billion. That was a big jump. And then 12 billion to like 18 billion, 18, 19 billion. And then from 18, 19 billion, we went up to 26 billion. And then once we got to 26 billion, we ended up facing WB, and we had a really good fight against them. Ultimately, it didn't end up going our way, but we were going toe to toe with them there. And then we got invaded by WB and Rage. And then, oh my God, at that point, like a lot of players were just not motivated to play. But even then, I mean, we put up some good fights against Rage, and then a mixture of like, Roll League coming around, and a lot of top players left because at the time our TFS team didn't have any kind of good structure for our Roll League team. So I don't blame some of those stronger players that wanted frames. We lost a lot of them to a lot of the top teams, Echo, EIS. And so a mixture of like Roll League and also some people not being too happy with some of the things that were going on with TFS at the time, Roll League being a big part of that. We ended up losing 8 billion power. So we went down. I think at one point we were down back to like 14 billion power. And then we went down to 14 billion power. And then we lost a few more players to WAO recently, and like LXV and like a bunch of other alliances. And it's been crazy, bro. And then we're sitting there with leadership. Like, dude, I was talking to Jason. I'm like, bro, are we like cooked? Because we were at a point where we got down to 85 players, guys. We went from 110. Okay, we were at 110 players when we lost that 8 billion. And then we were losing players, and we're like, damn, dude. Like, so, we've been reaching out and focusing a little bit more on activity, because I feel like in the beginning, our recruitment requirements were a little too high for the demand of wanting to come into TFS. So for those, and this is more of like a kind of talking to more of the officer kind of crowd, and obviously just everybody in general. So like, it came down because we had a requirement of 1.5 million infantry. So we're really focusing on getting that like KVK 1-2 caliber player. But, at the time we didn't have that many people wanting to come into TFS. So we had to lower the infantry requirement and go back to focusing a little bit more on activity. And one of the biggest things that helped us out, we ended up, we had to kick up the recruitment, because last season, I think we only recruited like 7 or 8, and then kind of onesies and twosies. But I think this time around we were able to get like 20 something players. You can see them here in Ring 2. Some of them were already here from our previous match, but I'll kind of introduce some of our new recruits here. Our boy Mave came back. Like, homie, he retired for a little bit. Now he's back, so he ended up coming back with us. He was part of that whole strange SP group. We got Arties, Mr. DeCristo, Siren joined us. She's good people. Always seems really chill. Tan, La Macara was here. Strange is back in TFS. Zillionaire, Soul Render, that whole Trident. We got Rinchi as well. Teddy, Prince Andre, he's been dope. Mr. B's been dope. Zerka just got here, hasn't played a season. Doggy, Leon, Snoopy, Lee Leeson, Conky, Caprice, single players back. Page and Style, Lord Frieza, HOH. Trashy Snotty, Heathen, my boy Deku, Slaystar, Placeholder, Queen Yeti, Cage, Willie Cans, and Yeti. So like, we had to put in some work, dude. Recruitment had to put in some work. So, I mean, we did just that. I think almost everyone that we got was like 15 million merits or plus. But as you guys know, when it comes to being in KVK 1, okay, you need to work your way up there. Like, you can't just be like, okay, we want the best players. But if you're in that like 14, 16 billion range, it's like, The best players don't really want to go to 14, 16 billion range. A lot of the top players want to go once you're in like 20, 21, 22, 23 billion plus, right? That way it can assure them that they're going to be in top KVKs. So, we had to kick it up a notch with the recruitment. And, that's why I'm making this video, to say thank you to those players because, like I told you guys, man, shout out to Strange and her group as well for coming over. I believe we got from Strangest Group was TFT, Sheesh. We got players from all over the place. WGL, one player from WB. I think his buddy came as well. I believe our recruitment shuts down. I think the final day for recruitment is going to be on November 1st, guys. Oh yeah, so I think 1 day and 2 hours. I think that's when the cutoff is, the team up. So by the time I post this video, it's gonna be about 24 hours roughly for you guys to make your decision if you want to come here. One of the things that I will say, like with us, our road team is pretty solid. I would say our road team is pretty solid. I'm not going to say like, oh my God, we're a top 8 team, but we're definitely heading in that right direction. As you guys know, we lost to 25 IL and OMG. OMG beat NTS. We did better than NTS did versus OMG. So that should show you guys right there, like the amount of commitment that is going to the road team. As far as the row side goes, and then 25 IL went toe to toe with Echo 2 up until the 30-minute mark, and then at that 30-minute mark, the troop count, everything starts showing. Echo 2 was able to pull away there. So if you guys are interested in joining TFS, guys, let me know. We're building back up. And that's the thing with TFS, okay? That's the thing with TFS. When it comes to like our leadership has been literally the same leadership group. Damn near, yeah, actually the core, which is Jason B and Icon. Okay, these guys, since they were like 5 billion even prior, they were doing that. I think Icon stepped up to be our 4 for when TFS went down to 5 billion. But between them and then Ryuko, Raven, myself, Crambro was one of them as well, and then Vico joins the team. Like, we have a pretty good team. So I think that's the importance of a lot of teams, that regardless of the ups and the downs that you go through, as long as the team themselves is willing to stick it out together. Okay. And then I'm sure, I think I might put it in the title. It's like, will I ever leave TFS? And I've been very open about this with Jason, myself as well. Like, I feel very committed to TFS because I've been here since they were down at 5 billion. You know what I mean? I've got here and helped from the time they were 5 billion. So I feel like it's my responsibility to stick it out. Like, if I were ever to leave, TFS, and I'll explain the conditions right now. So I was telling Jason, I'm like, look, bro, I'm a content creator. Being in KVK 5 and 6 is tough. Like, no one really wants to watch that. Okay, when it comes to people who actually watch Call of Dragons content, is usually people between KVK 1 and 4, maybe 5 and 6. But once you get in KVK 1 and 2, that's when I get like the most views for me personally when it comes to my live stream. And if my live streams pop in, I'm happy. If I'm happy, the vibes are up. I start spending on my account more. So what I was telling Jason, I'm like, look, if we don't get back up to KVK 2 or 3 in the next like 2 seasons, maybe 3, if like the second season is like horrible, like we're just losing players left and right, we're just not growing, then I wouldn't go for the third one. But if we're showing progress to get into KVK 2 or 3, then I'm staying in TFS, right? Because for me, it's about playing with the people that enjoy playing the game. You know what I mean? And with the leadership here, we play Battlefield 6 and stuff like that all the time. So like for me, it's all just vibing. There's people that join TFS that vibe with me and want to play with me. So it's like, there's a lot of things to think about, right? Because let's be honest, guys. If I really wanted to, I would like to believe that I'm good enough of a player to go anywhere I want. I think I can say that pretty confidently, and not even just because of the creator side of things. I think just, I average like 40, 50 million merits a season, and that's like, 60, 70%. Like if I went full like 100, don't get me wrong, that would hurt my wallet, and I definitely can't sustain 100% effort. One of these days I'll give 100%. We're talking like everything that I spend is gonna go to mana, and just go ham and resource healing. One day I'm gonna do it, guys. One day I'm starting to get there. My account's starting to get there, but not just yet. I'm still focused on building up my pets a little bit more. That's where a lot more of my like mana goes for. But anyways, guys, kind of like to sum this up. The purpose of this video was kind of telling you guys, like, is TFS cooked? Like, where are we going? Like, where's the mindset of TFS? And I'll go touch into that. Where's the mindset of myself? Like, when am I, or if I will ever go to the top teams? And as much as I would love to do that, it's not just like these games to me personally are not just about joining the best teams, man. Like, to me, I like a little bit more of a challenge. And I'm not going to say, like, oh, my God, if you join KVK or, like, Echo or EIS, you don't enjoy a challenge. Because, I mean, look at the KVK that they recently had. They'll be able to pop off there, look pretty good. But, I just like a little extra challenge. And more importantly, just kind of vibing with the crew, that I kind of been going on here for, what? I didn't even remember when I last joined them. I mean, I spent 2 seasons with Jason before, and then I think another, like, 4 or 5 now? So, like, a total of, like, 7 or 8 seasons have been under Jason's banner. And then, as far as Jason's go, I talked to Jason, I'm like, look, bro, at the time when we were kind of looking at the fact that we're at 85 players, we're like, damn, we might lose more players if we don't get more recruitment going, right? So I'm like, we could potentially end up going down to like 60, 50 players if people start like really panicking, because you guys know, a lot of you guys know, as soon as top players start leaving, that's when people go, oh, well, what's going on? Like, are we dying? Like, what's happening? People start panicking. They start reaching out to people to see what their options are. Other people around them start panicking, and then they kind of start moving around, which is, to each their own. Anyone that has left TFS, I don't have any hatred towards anybody, to be honest. I don't really have the time for that, nor do I have the energy for that. So ultimately, everyone plays wherever they're going to want to play. But anyways, talking to Jason, I'm like, look, bro, at what point do you call it quits? Right? Talking to Jason, I'm like, at what point do you call it quits? He goes, do you call it quits and us merge somewhere else? Like, just bring our TFS group, right? Our core group of TFS, and just move somewhere else. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if we're not growing as an alliance, like, we're just going to gas ourselves out, right? And what Jason was saying was that he would never do that. That he would rather just, that if he ever came down to that, he would just quit the game. And I'm like, damn, that's tough. I hope it never comes down to that, but if it ever did, I would hope that we would just make our core TFS group and just move somewhere else and continue having fun within our group and just continue vibing playing the game. Fortunately, as you guys saw in our recruitment, it went pretty good. It went pretty good. We shot up another like 2.5 billion power roughly of recruits. I think we got like 20 something, almost 30 new recruits of good players. So it's going to be interesting to see, especially with the group classifications around the corner. I definitely know TFS is a hot commodity in terms of on the B tier side of things. But what is going to be B tier? You know what I mean? Like, what is going to be B tier? Anyways, kind of reeling myself back to the whole Jason talk. So yeah, that's pretty much where he stands. He's like, I don't think I could be a normal member. I'll probably end up like crashing out, like saying something. If I see something dumb, I'm like, well, that's when you just crash out within our group, like just in our own little like group, not in alliance chat, right? Because we all see those problems when it comes to groups that move places that have good fighters. A lot of people feel really entitled, bro. And as soon as they start seeing bad stuff happening, they start crashing out in alliance chat. They go off in Discord and start talking crap. Like, so that's some of the things that everyone needs to pay attention to. The dangers that comes with bringing in some of these groups. Like, if those groups are genuinely known to be like chill group, like a really chill group, and they're just fighters, then cool, you know what I mean? But that's just kind of giving you guys like a little insight, okay? Because I know that TFS are not the only ones in this situation that it's hard to recruit, man. It's hard to recruit when they when you're like top 15 in power and not top 5. Like it's really tough to get some recruitment going. And I do think going forward, people need to lock in their road teams and have really good road teams. I think that's a big portion of recruitment. Besides, obviously the main one is great KVK performance and an active group. That's the main thing, right? But then you sprinkle in a solid road team on top. On top of that, reaching out to those players, staying active with the recruitment. I try to be active, but I've gotten some heat for like messaging players for like, oh my god, you're poaching my players and da 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 da. I mean, man, like, dude, it is what it is, man. If someone gets quote unquote poached, like they didn't want to be there anyways, right? So I personally don't get mad. For example, right, WAO took three or four of our top fighters from TFS. So like you would think like, oh, maybe I felt some type of way towards Captain because like me and him are homies, but it's like, I talked to Captain. He's like, I didn't reach out to them. Da da da. I'm like, bro, you're chilling, bro. What am I gonna do? Just like, oh, Cap, you can't talk to me now. You're taking players from TFS. Like, nah. But besides that, like I showed you guys, like we have a healthy amount of players that came in, and we can just hope for a good KVK coming up and kind of just build from there. So, like I said, if you guys are interested in joining TFS, guys, make sure you hit me up in Discord. By the time I post this, there's going to be like 24 hours left for you guys to check that out, okay? So, yeah, guys, that's going to be it for the video. If you guys enjoyed kind of like my update video for you guys, I know it's been kind of slow lately because, during Home Kingdom, I really like to, decompress, play other games, like not burn out. Like it's a very important process when it comes to playing Call of Dragons, especially at the level that the Degens do it. Like you got to be able to decompress, guys. Like there's so many other games to play. Like don't just make it all Call of Dragons. If not, you're going to burn out and, essentially lose a lot of your investment into your accounts. I mean, granted, that's a whole nother rabbit hole. Some can say that as soon as you spend it, it's already lost. But I mean, some of us love the game, so it is what it is. But anyways, guys, if you're not subscribed to the channel and don't want to miss out on this upcoming KVK, which should be good because we could potentially end up with a really high A team. Oh my god, it's gonna be crazy, guys. It's gonna be crazy. But anyways, guys, stick around for that. I'm super excited. Let me know what teams you guys are excited for in the comments section. Like what teams would be cool, like what ABB would. I definitely know TFS is gonna be involved in part of that BB talk. So yeah, it's gonna be nuts. But anyways, guys, that's gonna be it for the video. It's your boy Gunz, and I'm out. Peace, y'all.